So we were talking about expected values. In this case, it's not for something you buy. In this case, it's a scientific idea. So I found this nice picture that showed that there's more force of air on something flat like a feather than on something round like a plushie. So I'm going to say the force of air upwards on the plushie is less than, and I'm going to call that the expected value, right? The expected value of the force of air upwards on the plushie is less than the expected value of the force of air, F air, upwards on the feather. The feather, and here the expected value upwards on the feather is more than the plushie. So what does that mean for fall time? So the plushie will take less energy from gravity's field. So the feather will need more energy to fall from gravity's field. So if it takes more energy, it'll take more time. Okay, so I have my expected values. Turns out that these students also thought that the feather would fall slower than the toy. Right? Now, one of the problems with this lab is they have too many variables. It is not a valid lab. Right? They are changing two things so far. They are changing the object's shape and the object's mass. So in this case, if they wanted to see how mass affects how long it takes to fall, they should have put both objects in a box and dropped both objects. If they wanted to see how the shape affects how long it takes something to fall, they should have made both things have the same mass. But they changed both things. They changed the shape and the mass. Right? It's not a valid experiment. Too many things are being changed here. You can only change one thing at a time to have a valid experiment. So this experiment is not valid. So when they go to look at their assertions, right, they need to be working on conclusion 2. So we're going to come down to page 3. Their hypothesis is supported. So it's not a valid experiment. They need to pick this one. It is impossible to evaluate the hypothesis based on the experiment performed because this is the right assertion in this case, because they changed too many things at once. Right? Because both the object's shape and mass were changed, so it's impossible to determine what actually changed the time it took the object to fall 1 meter.